Hi and welcome to Scott's Inverts. I'm Scott. These are the inverts I absolutely adore. Today we are pairing up balfouris, and it's probably the quickest pairing that I've ever actually witnessed, from when he goes in to doing it all and then coming out. Stick around to the very end of the actual pairing part because his escape is just absolutely amazing. Anyway, let's get into it. So here we have our male, and in here is the female in the cereal box, which I'm just not liking. I am going to pair them and move her out of this, I think. Do some housework. She's kind of ate half that roach and left it alive. Cruel girl. But our male is pretty eager to get in there. So we just took the lid off and just touched his back leg there, just so he knew where her enclosure was, and left him to it. She's underneath that cork bark. She has got a bit of webbing down there as well, and eventually she came out and he was just like absolutely on it. You can see those micro vibrations going on with him, and she's kind of coaxing him as if to say, come on down to me. And as you see further into this video, she makes some progressive movements there as well. And this is where we all start. Absolutely awesome stuff. I find it really interesting with these pairings, just how different species interact with each other. It always looks like the legs just go together, the pedipalps go, and then they pair and that's it. But that is just not correct. The movements of their forearms with species to species is absolutely different, absolutely amazing. And balfouris seem to be a bit more intimate when they're doing that bit. But now he's gone right in underneath her, and they are old worlds, so I am kind of biting my teeth now, hoping she does not clamp down on him, and he is down there for what seems like a long time. But we do think there was an insertion, because check this. Boing! Flying balfouri. That's literally insertion and then he's out of there. And it was absolutely as quick as this with these. And he is safely back in his enclosure. Happy days. Boom! So fingers crossed. We had some successful insertions in that pairing. I have actually since put him back in there, and he just didn't want to know. But over the course of the next couple of days, well, I say a couple of days, next time we see one of those crucial sperm webs in his enclosure, I will put him back in there with her. Now we have a little bit of a mould issue going on. So our Pia, which is in here, has got a lot of mould going on just around here. Now this isn't the biggest of spiders at the moment. It's probably about 1.5 to 2 inches at an absolute push diagonal leg span. But we also have, what I've noticed today is our stunningly beautiful Ornata. Now she's due an upgrade pretty soon, and I put her in this from a tiny little sling, and it was absolutely perfect. But you put water in and all the rest of it, and look what's gone on down here. We have literally got so much of that cotton wool mould going on all the way across the bottom that I really need to do something about this. So if you want to see me rehouse those two on a video, let me know down in those comments, and we certainly will. I think trying to get her out from in here is going to be a bit difficult. I really do. But crucially, we do need to improve this setup. We do need to get rid of that mould from out of there as well. I know what you're going to say, Scott. Spiders, they're in the wild, their burrows get mould and all the rest of it. Yeah, that's true, but we don't know if this mould and these funguses affect our spiders or what they do. And anybody out there that says like, oh yeah, but they don't, we just don't know. There's not enough information out there, and crucially it's not enough information for myself. And if we've got them in their home, well, why not give them a clean setup instead of leaving them with all that mould? Since that mould has developed, let me just bring her down again. I will show you. It is like slightly frosted, this. I think it's like for pasta. But this mould here, she used to like go down the cork bark and go into this section here, which is her burrow. So that's like at the back as well, so it's quite dark for her anyway. And since all this mould has gotten into this enclosure, she's not been down there. She's been sitting halfway in her cork bark or out on her cork bark. So I suppose when we rehouse her and we give her some clean substrate, a new piece of cork bark and a nice clean setup, we shall see whether she still goes halfway up that cork bark or if she actually goes down and creates a new burrow which is nice and clean for her. What do you guys reckon? Again, let me know down in those comments. Be really interested to see people's thoughts on mould, even mushrooms as well. Mould, mushrooms, fungus, all that type of stuff in with our tarantulas. I know a lot of people again will say that it's completely fine, but is it fine in the long run for our spider? Do they feel uncomfortable? Is that why she's not gone back down into that burrow, because of that mould, and she's come up out of it? Is it because simply she feels uncomfortable, or is it because she knows it's dangerous to her? I don't know, and I'll be really interested to find out if there's anything online, any papers, scientific papers where taxonomists have actually been and studied this subject, because you can Google as much as you want. Google only tell you so much. We really do have to look at those papers done by the proper researchers that are out there. While I'm on that subject, a massive thank you to all the taxonomists for all your work that you've been doing, especially with all the papers and everything else. Absolutely fascinating stuff. Going on to nematodes, and speaking of taxonomists, Ray Gabriel has actually produced a downloadable PDF all about nematodes. It's absolutely fantastic. If you pop over to the British Tarantula Society Facebook group, you'll see a link there. Click on it and you'll be able to download it straight to your phone and actually go through that whenever you want. There's pictures there as well. If you're like me, you love your pictures, it makes the story a lot clearer if there's pictures there for me. But yeah, it's got absolutely everything that you need to know. Absolutely crucial to the hobby right now, I feel. He was going to bring it out for BTS of next year, but obviously he brought it forward and did extensive studies and all the rest of it over the last few weeks and managed to get this publication out. So please go over to the British Tarantula Society Facebook group, scroll down until you see that downloadable PDF document by Ray and go check it out. It is absolutely awesome reading, and again, like I said, and crucial at this current time in the hobby. Anyway, are you going to Coventry? If you are, let me know down in those comments. I am going to be free roaming. So there's going to be a Scots inverts, or the gingerbeard is going to be free roaming around the whole of Coventry. If you do go to Coventry, top tip for you is there's a batch bar outside. It's really expensive, but if you go on Just Eat, Just Eat will deliver McDonald's, KFC and everything to the actual venue. Little bit of a tip for you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your time, and literally when you click that like button I get a little warm feeling, so thank you guys so much. Anyway, and as always, we shall see you again on the next one.